Hi. You had me at that line. I was born without a zip on my mouth. I know that feeling. Hi everybody, how you doing? It's Adam here, and today we are looking at Novatsuraku Music 101. Rejuvenated, re-energized, reinvented to a certain extent. We hit the big 100 last time, and it was a bit of a weird volume because it only had one disc of new songs, and the other disc was a roundup of some of the quote biggest and best unquote from the whole series. Business as usual again, 2 volumes, 2 CDs, although it's pretty much digital by this point. Downloads, because we're only 18 months ago, just a bit more, 18 and a bit. And we're coming ever closer to the present day now. After this one, 101, we'll just have 2, 3, 4 and 5. They've already got an empty space on the Now website for Now 106. I wonder if it's going to be delayed or if it will come out on schedule. And as we go on into the future, I'll just keep up with the series. Every time a new one comes out, I'll cast a beady eye over it. Top level overview of this series for those who've not seen it before. We started at Now 1, we've worked all our way through. Good 37 years of music history. We're asking ourselves which are the real classic songs, which ones stood the test of time, or will stand the test of time. This one's a pretty good opener. Little Mix, Woman Like Me, featuring Nicki Minaj, and it's very well produced. It's very sound of 2018, albeit with a kind of reggae influence in there, which is pretty nice. Not sure Nicki Minaj really adds a great deal to the tune. It doesn't totally ruin it either. And this is like a more kind of poppy version of some of the big kind of side dub that I personally been listening to over 2018. I'm thinking of things like Panda Dub and On Dub Ground. This is sort of halfway along the lines to being stuff like that. So if you like this, check out French Dub. Some good stuff. Anyway, Little Mix and Nicki Minaj, neither of whom are French. Pretty good opener, Woman Like Me. We follow this one with Calvin Harris yet again, almost every Now for a good probably 40 volumes maybe, good 30. And Sam Smith, he's been here for a good 20 volumes, I would have thought. Finally, for Sam Smith, he does something reasonably up-tempo. A lot of his stuff has been fairly down-tempo. So nice to hear that he can turn his hand to something a bit dancier, as you'd expect from Calvin Harris. Now, it's not too in-your-face, this one. It's fairly subtle. It just lets the music and the vocals do the talking, which is perfect for someone like Sam Smith. So yeah, good stuff indeed. Should we get it on? Bit of Calvin and Sam Smith. So this is Promises. Okay, we follow this one up with Ariana Grande and a big statement. God is a woman. Well, according to Faithless, God is a DJ. So with God is a woman and God is a DJ, I reckon Lisa Lashes or someone, Lisa Pinup. Anyway, the actual song itself, well, it's an interesting lyrical conceit, obviously. We're in this new sort of phase of the Ariana career now. It's immaculately produced. The singing is very good in the verses. In the chorus, it's a bit irritating, the auto-tune, which he doesn't really need. So it's okay. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty epic. George Ezra follows with Hold My Girl. Yet again, he showcases his vocal style. This one again is a bit more up-tempo than some of the stuff that he's done before. It's a builder, really. Builder of a song. It builds up to a fairly rousing climax. I like the kind of vulnerability to the vocals. It's not very posed, it's quite raw and real. Maybe a bit repetitive in the melody in some places, but all in all, it's good, yeah. So pretty strong opening so far, actually. Something good about all of them. Looks like now 100 gave them a bit of a breather, and they've had a bit of a shot in the arm since. Bit re-energised, that's always good. And Rita Ora, now she's someone who sort of had this turnaround, really. I can't stop singing that last one, the one about Over the Hills and Far Away. It goes round and round in my mind, which is a sign of a great pop tune. This one is pretty good as well, actually. Let You Love Me. I really didn't like her first few songs, and I suddenly found quality. I don't know how, if it's different musicians or something. Really good chords, very sort of grandiose sound, and it's very new paradigm. It doesn't sound like anything else. It's good reverse swishes and some good, really good production sounds, and it's just a new sound, really, and a new style, and it's well sung, unpretentious, good stuff. Let You Love Me, Rita Ora. Okay, now we've got another good one now. Really enjoying this, actually. East Side, Benny Blanco, Halsey, and Khalid. Now we've got to get this right. This is Khalid with an I. We'll come on to Khalid with an E shortly. But anyway, East Side, Benny Blanco, Halsey, and Khalid. It's got a very kind of light dancehall groove to it. It's nice and dreamy. It's very melodic. Halsey has got very good vocals indeed. So yeah, we like that one. East Side, good stuff. Okay, Jess Glynn. I'll get this one on again now. She's been consistently good. I've liked pretty much everything she's done. Here we are with All I Am. Now, is it just me, or is there a very sneaky hint of a very unlikely song in this one? It almost takes me back to Now 2. The Flying Pickets. Wow. In fact, it was a Yazoo song, Only You. But there's just a bit in that goes, All I Ever Knew. And I'm sure this is basically modelled around that. It's not really, but it just seems like it is. It's All I Am. It's really well sang. I do like the cut of Jess Glynn's kib, to be honest. That bit. All I ever knew, only you. Anyway, yeah, so it's kind of like very uplifting song. It's quite sort of gentle house, really. Yeah, I really like this one. I like this bit as well. That's kind of familiar. Some old 80s song. Something from about Now 5 or Now 6. I remember it as soon as I've done the video. So it does sound like they've listened to a load of 80s songs and just kind of put them together. But yeah, I like it. Okay, next up. Cardi B, who I've really not liked. She kind of acquits herself with this one to a certain extent. Also features Bad Bunny and J Balvin. I like J Balvin's contributions to stuff before. It's always on the reggaeton thing. It's certainly not boring, this song. There's all sorts of stuff going on in it. Very interesting arrangement. It seems to go around the world, all different countries and stuff, and it's got a very heavy bass. I still find Cardi B a bit annoying and kind of just emptily materialistic in terms of her lyrics and stuff. Not my kind of vocals, but there's enough going on in the song that it's okay. So I won't say I like it, but I'll say I don't mind it. Okay, The Weeknd and Kendrick Lamar, Pray For Me. The Weeknd's had a few duff moments, but all in all, it's been really good. Got very good soul vocals on this one. The rap's alright, it's not brilliant, but it's okay. I do like the chords, and I like the bleepy kind of bass sound to it. So that's pretty good. Pray For Me. Okay, Electricity. Silk City, Dua Lipa, featuring Diplo and Mark Ronson. Wow, there's a lot of people there. Silk City, Dua Lipa, Diplo and Mark Ronson. Barely enough room for them in the studio. Must have been very intimate. I don't know how they would have done that with social distancing. Electricity. Maybe they all did it via Zoom. Yeah, pretty good actually. Quality pumping house. Yeah, I like that. It's a good one. So yeah, really good album so far actually. First 10 songs have been pretty pumping. Dinoro and Gigi D'Agostino. In My Mind. This has got this weird, creepy kids vocal charm stuck through loads of effects. It's good, but it's overdone and it gets a bit repetitive. The backing's very good. It's a sort of future house thing. It's quite ominous in its sound. Do you remember the Talker Disco remix of The Egg, Walking Away, which became Love Don't Let Me Go by David Guetta? It kind of sounds a bit like that, in a way. So Jess Glynn and All I Am. Now, next up is a bit of Loud Luxury featuring Brando and Body. I'll get a bit of this one on. Yeah, this one's another one that's a sort of future house thing. The vocals maybe aren't as good as all that, but the music's pretty interesting. Follow this one up with Blimey, Maroon 5 featuring Cardi B. Brace yourselves, girls like you. There's hardly anything to it, really. It's feather light, really. There's really hardly any beat. It's not all that bad, but really not all that good either. And we follow that one up with Marshmallow and Bastille. Bastille always pretty bland. Happier, again, it's not too bad. It's as bland as everything with Bastille. So really not a great deal to say about that. Now, Marina and the Diamonds. Marina, where have you been all my life? Prima Donna is one of the best songs of the 2010s. And that's pretty much it in terms of where she's been on these nails ever since. Good to see her back with Clean Bandit. Let's not forget Louis Fonz. And get this one on. Bit of Baby. Very kind of carnival, very Mediterranean sound, but also quite sort of got a kind of melancholic thing. A lot of her stuff does, actually. Well, I say a lot of, I only know this from Prima Donna, but they do have that kind of quality to them. Something a bit sad about them. I believe she might be of Greek descent, even though she's Welsh. Greek Welsh, there you go. And I guess that comes across in the music. So yeah, another really, really good song, really good melody, really well sang. I find her appealing, I really do. So yeah, good stuff. Okay, someone else who's always good value for money. It's Ellie Goulding and Diplo's back again with Swae Lee, Close to Me. Yeah, this is a real joining of forces. Diplo's not always been great, but when he's good, he's really, really good. And this is a really, really good combination. Very good indeed. I'll stack it up to follow this. There's a lot of good ones on here, actually, aren't there? Yeah, really, really good stuff. So there we go. Clean Bandit featuring Marina and the Diamonds. Not forgetting Louis Fonzi. And Baby, here's Ellie Goulding, Diplo, Swae Lee, Close to Me. Another great song. I'm really enjoying this album, actually. And it just goes to show, doesn't it? As I was saying with some of these lackluster ones, you can never write off the nows. They always come good. Right, oh dear. Just as I was being enthusiastic, Cheryl Cole's back with a very lackluster song. As I said on the YouTube, she sounds like a docker with the F word or fucker. Just unladylike, unnecessary, and it's the first of a few songs that put the F word in. As I've said before, it can be okay, but it can just be totally crass, lazy, and a vibe kill. So yeah, that Cheryl one, really not all that. Certainly compared to this glorious song, very, very weak indeed. Okay, High Hopes. Panic at the Disco. That's a weird song. Certainly there's some stuff that's not cookie cutter on this album. There's stuff that's afraid to be different. Go a bit left field. I don't really like the MIDI brass stuff in it. and the chorus is a bit boy bandy. But that said, it's got some nice chords in the verse, and it's fairly pumping and anthemic, so it's different. Panic at the Disco, High Hopes, maybe worth a listen. And another one that's a bit weird, especially the name, Two Time. I'm trying to work out what they mean by that. It could be anything. It could be toot time, like time to do a toot. Two time me, like you two timing me. I don't know really. It's from 1975. It's got this weird kind of compression effect on the vocals. They sound like they're bouncing along inside this tube. It's pretty interesting. It's quite pretentious in a way. It's very hipster. But I don't mind a bit of hipster every now and then. So that's the 1975. Two time. No, I really don't like Mabel. Very soulless, not much good at all. One shot. It's just bland and irritating. Nothing good about it. Very weird one now from Take That. Still here after their first appearance way back on Now 22. Wow. And it's almost electro swing, if anything. It's got that old woo, yeah, that was doing around in the late 80s. It's quite fun. There's lots of zippy brass to it. It's certainly different, and it's nice to hear Take That. Still, just doing their own thing. Interesting. Okay, now, a very, very obscure old ABBA song. I don't even think it was ever a single by ABBA as such. It's from Mamma Mia. Here we go again. And it's called When I Kissed the Teacher. And this one features Lily James, Jessica, Keenan, Wynn, Alexa Davis, and Celia Imrie. Now, if a girl kissed a teacher, he'd probably get the sack for it. I think it's not clear whether this teacher is a man or a woman. They'd probably get the sack anyway. So think it through when you kiss people and their own work. Anyway, yeah. As for the music, well, it's an old ABBA song, really. And I think it says something following Now 100's retro thing, but an old ABBA song can be equally at home on Now 101. It's obviously cheesy as hell, but it is what it is. So yeah, relatively interesting. Also talking of stuff that's interesting and a bit off the wall, Andrea Bocelli featuring Dua Lipa. Well, I think it's no surprise to say that Dua Lipa's the weakest link there. She's not too bad. I don't think she's really up to the standard of Andrea though, clearly. This one's in similar territory to stuff like Barcelona, really. Freddie Mercury and Montserrat Caballé. Pop opera, if only. So there we go. Now, we had Khalid with an I earlier. Now we've got DJ Khaled with an E. I before E. Except on a Now album where they had... Oh no, they did. Yeah, they had I before E. So yeah, no brainer. Featuring Justin Bieber, Chance the Rapper, and Quavo. Well, there's an awful lot of people and not a lot of quality, really. It's meh, nothing special. Dave and Fredo with Funky Friday. Again, nothing really special. Just a beat and a vocal. Pretty ephemeral. It's not too bad. Don't want to hate on it. Tacky, which is pretty tacky. DJ Snake, Selena Gomez, Ozuna, and yet again, Cardi B. No getting away from her, is it? It's kind of reggaeton by numbers. It'd be alright after a few drinks. No Stylist follows. French Montana. The music's alright. The lyrics aren't all that. Features Drake. Interesting one now. Very interesting. I'll get it on. Dennis Lloyd. And Nevermind. Nothing to do with Nirvana. So there we go. That was Mamma Mia. And loads of people. Let me tell you who that actually was. It was Lily James, Jessica Keenan Wynn, Alexa Davis, and Celia Imrie. Is rather simpler. Dennis Lloyd and Nevermind. Okay, we follow this one up with Better Khalid with an I. So we had Khalid, then DJ Khaled. Now we're back to Khalid with Better. And yeah, nice slice of very, very well produced modern new paradigm R&B, really. Reinventing itself. Almost for 2020s, I think, by this point, in late 2018. The 2020s are breathing down our neck. Martin Garrix, who started off as kind of pretty ravey, now going into a sort of down-tempo electronica R&B stuff. I do like the strings on it, and it also features Khalid. So third Khalid one, and one Khaled so far. Yeah, that's Ocean. Good vocals, good stuff. Good stuff indeed. A lot of very listenable songs on this now. There's very few you want to skip over. You just leave it playing in the background. And it's quite ambient, actually. Ditto Housey. And that's Without Me. Not the Eminem song. Yeah, just a sort of quality electronic R&B. Very smooth, very dreamy. Nice melody on that one. She's a pretty good vocalist. Okay, 079 me. Well, 074 me if you want to get in touch, but I won't give you my full number. Be young. Be young, be foolish, and be happy. Be young, be gifted, and be black. Be young, be dumb, be broke. So, yeah. That's, it's not too bad. Nice clicky beat on it. Again, very kind of minimal, simple but hypnotic. Got a kind of music box keyboard thing going on. Ditto. Now let me get this right. It's Slay, Stafy, Get Lizzie. These band names. Fredo again, Young T, and Bugsy. Ay caramba. Pretty sparse, interesting keys again. The rap's not bad. Interesting. Very good one now. Sicko Mode, Travis Scott. Let me get this one on. That's Dennis Lloyd, very nice song, never mind. And another nice one now, Sicko Mode, yet again featuring Drake. So get some really new sounds coming in. It really feels very, very different to even Now 99. This is one of the biggest paradigm shifts for now, for ages. It's like the past is dead, here's the future, and I'm loving it. Having said, we just played the old ABBA song, so there's still elements of the past. It's just a now, really, isn't it? Past, present, and future all in one. They transcend space and time. I tell you what, when you've done 101 of these videos, and you've done everything from the 80s to the 90s to the noughties to the 10s, it really gives you a good perspective on life, really. Just how days become weeks, and weeks become months, and months become years, years become decades. Sometimes you don't really notice the change. Before you know it, a whole shift has happened. And we're talking a lot about cultural stuff. What I like about these nows is they evolve rather than they revolve. New stuff comes in, sometimes quite dramatically, but we don't throw out the old stuff. We keep it here as well, and it can still find its place. I think it's Now 101 has been a really good synthesis of old and new. We've still got a few more to go before we get to the roundup. But I'm really liking this one. Sicko Mode, Travis Scott. This is for a future. Okay, next up, Shawn Mendes, Lost in Japan. I like that one as well. That's a very weird song. Featuring Zed. Very non-cookie cutter, very quirky. Some of the synths are a bit cheesy, but it's just different. It's unique. It's not cookie cutter at all. Now, compare and contrast. Jonas Blue appears on two tunes. One of them is Given a Helping Hand by MK, and you can really tell the difference. MK, Justin, Jonas Blue and Becky Hill, back and forth. Really, really good. Take out the MK, you just have Jonas Blue with Liam Payne and Lennon Stella, Polaroid. Not as good. I think MK really gives that the X factor. So you've got back and forth, MK with Jonas Blue and Becky Hill, and then Jonas Blue with Liam Payne and Lennon Stella, Polaroid. another two. I would definitely say Back and Forth is the best. Okay, another very, very good one, a very interesting one now, and a kind of slightly dark one. Panic Room. This is a really good one that seems to be about kind of mental health, paranoia and stuff. It's Aura, AU/RO. Now, here's a good trivia question for you. Which Old Now also featured a band called Aura, spelled differently, AURRA, and the song was You and Me Tonight, Aura. That was on Now 7, long time ago. Here we are on Now 101 and Panic Room. Yeah, interesting. And I think it's a sign of the times that there's some fairly dark stuff on this now, but that's not to say there's not some good fun stuff as well. So I like the dynamics of it. I like the emotional resonance. It's not bland. They're not too dark. They're not too happy. It's good cross section of different sounds and different moods. Now, if you want something that's totally different to this, maybe so different they shouldn't have followed it. I can't handle it really. I'm really not in the mood. But if you were DJing at a hen night, God help you, Sigala, Ella Aya, and Megan Trainor featuring French Montana just got paid. That really is something for a male stripper. It's so hen nighty, it's unbelievable. It's hard for this man to handle really, but it is what it is. If you wanted a girls' night out and you just got paid, it'd definitely be fit for purpose. But yeah. Okay, Don't Leave Me Alone. David Guetta featuring Anne-Marie. It's almost okay, but Anne-Marie's just too annoying for really making it work. David Guetta's kind of on autopilot here, just doing the same stuff he always does. It's not too bad, but he's done way better stuff. Right, okay, Best Life now. Hardy Caprio and One Asen. There was some effing and blinding on this one. As soon as I heard it, I just turned it off. Just put me off. Killed the vibe. Killed the buzz. Right. Fine Girl by ZZ. This one seems a bit out of place. A bit generic and dated. With all this new paradigm stuff, there's not really a lot of space for the boring old stuff. Sigrid is also let down by Bad Language. The chorus is alright, that's Sucker Punch. Just don't need it, it's just unladylike. And it doesn't even sound good when blokes say it, it's ungentlemanly. So let's leave gender out of it, it's just unclassy. Unless you're making a point and you're putting it in for that point. In which case it would probably resonate. And instead of being dissonant, there we go. Right, Selena Gomez, Back to You. It sounds like more Chipmunks doing Irish jig. It's alright, it's pretty formula US pop, unremembered, unmemorable. So there we go. Now, supergroups time. I do like it when we have a bit of a rock and roll supergroup. People like Electronic. Do you remember them? With Bernie Sumner, Johnny Marr, Neil Tennant. LSD. Now it doesn't stand for the old lysergic acid. It actually sounds for Labyrinth, Sia, and Diplo. So, is it good acid or is it a bad trip? Actually, it's bloody good. Contender for Song of the Album. This is what you call a super group. All the parties put something interesting in. Sia's doing her normal stuff. Yet again, she's on the border of being irritating without crossing it. Labyrinth, he's never irritating, he's always good. Always brings class to stuff he's involved with. And Diplo for about the third time on this album, I think. Third time lucky, I think. Really nice, interesting production. Bit of old soul in there, given a kind of electronic twist. So yeah, good one. It's just song of the album, I'll have to think about it. But I like it. Had almost 500 million views. Okay, finally, Be Alright, who is by Dean Lewis, who's some vaguely ridiculous Australian version of Ed Sheeran. It's okay. Yet again, it's a bit crass. So, All in all, I've really, really liked this album. I think it's been the best for absolutely ages. It's not been without its crash moments, but with 46 tracks, you're not going to like everything. Going through then, A Woman Like Me, I thought was a strong opener from Little Mix. Calvin Harris and Sam Smith, Promise This, was very good. God Is a Woman was okay by Ariana Grande. Hold My Girl was pretty good. George Ezra. Let You Love Me was very, very good. Rita Ora. East Side, Benny Blanco, Halsey and Khalid was good. All I Am was very good. Jess Glynn. I like it. It was alright. Pray For Me was pretty good. Electricity, very, very good. In My Mind was okay. A bit annoying, but not too bad. Then there was a few that weren't all that. Baby, Clean Bandit with Marina and Co. was good. Close to Me, Ellie Goulding and stuff was very good. Few that are okay. What was really good? Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Dennis Lloyd, that's pretty good. Better by Khalid was good. Ocean, also Khalid. Martin Garrix was good. Without Me, Halsey was good. Sicko Mode was pretty good. Lost in Japan was okay. Back and Forth, MK and Co was good. Panic Room was alright. I forgot to say Camel Fat were involved in that. Aura and Camel Fat. Just got paid a bit much, but it's alright for a hen party thing. Then this one, there's Sia doing whoa stuff. Contender for best on the album. Yeah, it's funny when Sia does that. When it's like this, I like it, but if you just notched it up a bit further, it would get a bit annoying. Anyway, Now 101. Really enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you next time with Now 102, where we come to Kiss last year, 2019. Woo! See you later, guys. Take care.